Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. I appreciate you coming by my channel. I hope you'll stay. I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already. That means the world to me. Just want to really reach as many people as possible and help make lives just a little bit better. Today we're going to focus on the pelvic floor and the overall health of the pelvic floor. So men or women, either one, we all need a little bit of love down there. So we're going to strengthen, we're going to stretch, and just improve the overall health of that pelvic floor. So to start, my friends, we're going to be on all fours to cat and cow. So to engage the pelvic floor, the best way to describe is if you are going to the bathroom and you are going to stop the flow of urine, what muscles do you engage to make that happen? So men and women alike, to be able to do that is a gift, and it also just encourages that strong pelvic floor. So as we're on our knees, I just want you to feel that sensation. Transverse abdominis, feeling that through the glutes, through the rectum, and through the groin. Can you feel that? And then gently release it. Now re-engage. Stop that flow of urine, for lack of a better way to describe it. Holding, breathing. So you should feel strong through the front of that belly down below. And release. Let's do that one more time. Squeeze. Engage. Helps you to stand taller. Really just waking up that whole pelvic floor. So as we come into different poses, you're going to notice that as well. I'm going to ask you to re-engage those muscles. Some of the stretches we're going to try and relax, okay? And let those muscles, go ahead and relax, and let those muscles release. So we're going to come forward to our tabletop position. Hands, wrists just below those shoulders. Core is strong. I want you to engage those same muscles. It's going to be a little different sensation. And as you inhale, draw the belly towards the mat, lift your gaze and lift your sit bones. Can you hold that sense of stopping that flow? And then as you exhale, lift your spine, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, squeeze that pelvic floor. So you've heard, I'm sure, the term Kegel Exercises or Kegel Exercises, depending upon how you want to call it. There's different pronunciations, but same thing. So those Kegel exercises, yeah, it's that same thing, stopping that flow of urine. And let's just flow between cat and cow. Tummy down, gaze and sit bones high. Keep those core muscles, those Kegel muscles engaged. One more time. Lift the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, and come back to that neutral spine. And let's sit it back to child's pose. Now go ahead and relax. Relax everything. Just sit it back. Find your breath. Those knees are slightly apart. If you prefer, you can go a little bit wider. Just let yourself sink. Not fighting against anything. Just sinking in. And we lift just slightly enough to pull those knees back together and sit it back to child's pose. Extending those arms out nice and long. Hands shoulder width apart, spread your fingers wide. Let's inhale it up to a modified high plank. So as those knees are on the mat, we're going to really focus on our pelvic floor, okay? So that pelvis, I want you to be aware of it and what's going on. So I want you to arch your back a little bit and lift your bum a little bit. And then as you exhale, squeeze those pelvic floor muscles as you tuck the pelvis and squeeze your buns. And then gently arch. We're not just letting the belly fall. This is a very deliberate, purposeful motion. And then tuck the pelvis, squeeze, stop that flow. And then again, a little arch, releasing those muscles. And then exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold here and just squeeze. Lifting out of the shoulders. Do you feel all the activation? Oh my goodness, through the pelvis, through those lower abdominals, through your glutes, through your rectum. Can you actually feel that? Holding still. It's a long hold. Release and press it back to child's pose. Finding that breath, stretching out through the lower back. Go ahead and get a little wiggle through the torso. If you're feeling tension or tightness in that lower back, great way to let that go. Let's go ahead and come on back up to that modified plank, and we're going to engage those pelvic floor muscles, stay strong through that belly, and lower all the way down. Coming down onto your tummy. We're going to keep those muscles engaged, hands out in front of us, elbows right next to your ribs, and we're going to just gently lift. You can adjust where the elbows are, so they're just underneath those shoulders, and gazing forward 6-8 inches out. Can you feel that sensation? Stop the flow of urine, draw that belly button in and up towards your spine, lengthen through the crown of the head. Breathe. Now we're going to keep that sensation, so this is another one of those long holds, and we're going to draw that right heel in towards your bottom and extend it out. Left foot comes in. Can you keep that sensation, that long hold, and extend? Right leg and release. Left leg and release. Now this time we're going to flex the foot. Draw your heel towards your bottom. Keep that long hold and release. Left foot, flex your foot and release. Right foot one more time, flexing the foot and release. So you still have that long hold and flex and release. Go ahead and release it all the way down. We bring the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers. Oh, nice release in those shoulders. As you inhale, lift just the upper body. Buns are soft. Draw that belly button in and up. And gently release it down. Keep those hands behind your back. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, squeeze your buns. Point those toes. How much of the tops of your thighs can you get off of the mat? And release. We're stopping that flow of urine, guys. Lift the upper body. Breathe. And release. Keep that long hold. And lift. Draw that belly button in and up. Stop that flow. And release. Now we're going to tie that together. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lift both upper and lower body, gazing forward towards the top center of your mat, stopping that flow of urine, pointing those toes. How much of your thighs can you get off the mat? And release it down. We're going to do that one more time. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lift, squeeze, reach with those knuckles, gazing forward towards the top center of your mat. And release. Release your hands and press it back to child's pose. Find your breath. Checking in with the back. So you might already be starting to feel a little bit of fatigue in those muscles, those transverse, the muscles along the pelvic floor. They're working hard, specifically on those long holds. And let's walk it up. Come over onto one hip. Sweep your feet around and go ahead and slide on down towards the top of your mat. And slowly, carefully, safely coming down onto your back. Oh, very nice. And let's draw those heels in towards the bottom. Hands come down by your sides. So there's some modifications and some intensifications here. We're going to spend some time in bridge pose. If you need to at any point, bring your bottom back down. Absolutely, yes, make it happen. So we're going to do some marching. We keep the knee bent, and we just draw the thigh in towards the tummy. Keeping that pelvic floor engaged, so again, stopping that flow. Little bit of a pelvic tilt you'll feel, so the small of the back is pressing into the mat, and we're just alternating, lifting legs. So try some with your foot pointed, try some with your foot flexed. Now, if you like, press up to a bridge pose, and we continue that march. Breathe. Again, you can flex the foot, you can point the toes, just keeping the knees bent, keeping that engagement through the pelvic floor. Stop that flow. If at any point you need to bring your bottom back down, yep, make it happen. One more and bring it down. And then slowly, one vertebra at a time, coming back down. And we're going to do heel slides. So again, starting here, little pelvic tilt, small of the back presses into the mat. Engage that pelvic floor, and we're going to slide the foot out and pull it back in. Slide the foot out and pull it back in. Slide. So we're just alternating sides, keeping that pelvic tilt. So making sure at that fullest extension of your leg, you're not releasing that pelvic tilt. We want to stay strong. Breathe. So that sense of stopping that flow, make it happen. Those long holds, whew, it's a lot of work. It's being very mindful about what your body's doing. And there's this easiness of letting go because it just makes life a little bit easier, less intense. If you like, lift your hips. And we do the same thing, heel slide. And bring it back in, making sure to keep that pelvic floor engaged, core strong, glutes engaged, so it all doesn't go into your lower back. If all of a sudden you're feeling this a ton in your lower back, lower your bottom a little bit, but keep that pelvic tilt. Make sure that those transverse abdominis, those muscles that run across like a belt, stay engaged. Breathe. Last one. And slowly lower it back down. Pelvic tilt, each vertebra touching one at a time. And release. Let's just do some bridges. Hands down by your sides. Tuck the pelvis as slow as you can, peeling your spine off the mat one vertebra at a time. Knees remain in line with the hips. At the top, a good breath. Squeeze. And lower it back down, one vertebra at a time. Go ahead and relax. Re-engage, pelvic tilt, squeeze those muscles, and then slowly press it back up. Peel your spine off of the back one vertebra at a time. So this is actually an amazing exercise for realigning the spine. Awesome for glutes and hamstrings. Go ahead and release, and again, re-engage and press through those heels. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Can you feel that pelvic floor? Heck yeah, stop that flow. Top, big squeeze, and then slowly bring it back down. We're gonna do that one more time. Are you feeling those glutes yet? Are you feeling the muscles at the base of the pelvic floor? I hope so. Tip and press. Slow and steady, all the way up to that bridge pose. Squeeze and slowly bring it back down. Pull one knee in and then the other. Just relax. Coming to dead bug or happy baby. This is a great one. Just a really nice stretch. Helping to relax through the pelvic floor. We've done a lot of work for it. We're not done yet with the work, but we're going to get a good stretch in. Opening up those feet, knees just a little bit wider than the width of your rib cage. Reach up, take a hold anywhere along the leg or the outer edge of your foot. Press your tailbone towards the mat and slowly pull those knees down. So as we work to lengthen the spine, we work to open up through the pelvis. Breathe. Close your eyes. What do you feel and where? And gently release, pulling those knees back in, hands to your shins just below those knees, and rock side to side. We come back to center. And we're going to roll to our side. So go ahead and place those feet to the mat. Roll over onto one side. And we're going to extend bottom arm out and just relax the side of the head down. Those knees are pulled down and away from us, kind of just right in line with those hips. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet, not the soles of the feet, the insteps of your feet together. And we're going to open and close those knees. So I want you to engage through the pelvic floor. You're going to feel this through that outer hip, that glute med. At the same time, I want you to add that sensation of stopping that flow of urine. Now you can add a little more intensity by adding a resistance band just above your knees, but you don't necessarily need it. This is about range of motion and strength. So that top arm is just there for support. You can also add the hand there for a little extra weight if you want. If you don't have a resistance band, you can actually add a little hand weight if you like. But keeping that intensity through the pelvic floor. So can you feel that stop of flow, right? Always wanting to come back to that whenever we are doing a strengthening exercise. This is an intense exercise. Again, for that outer hip, those inner thighs, and that pelvic floor. So many benefits, you guys. Healthy pelvic floor. Anybody who's had kids, every day that passes, typically that pelvic floor, along with all the other muscles in the body, start to just gently, slowly, I wouldn't even say gently, but slowly start to give. They lose their luster and their zing for life, right? So we want to bring that back to it and really want to work them. Last one. Beautiful. Let's switch sides. So however you want to, you can roll over, you can flip to do, arm extended, pulling those knees up. That top arm is just there for support, and just relax the weight of your head onto that arm. Insteps of your feet glued together, and we open and close. Now you might notice that one side's a little more challenging than the other. I want you to re-engage that transverse, that pelvic floor. We're doing our best not to rock back as we open, but we're staying right on the side of the pelvis. Opening and closing. What do you feel? Do you notice that sometimes you're a little lackadaisical and you let go of the muscles? Yeah, that's normal. Just re-engage. So it's about being deliberate. It's about being purposeful and mindful with what's going on within your body. So when we recognize all the different parts of the body that come into play that we can isolate to work just by thinking about it, that is truly a gift. Don't take it for granted. A lot of times we go through life just kind of mindlessly moving. Be mindful, and you'll keep yourself safe and healthy and aware. You're starting to feel a little fatigue? Me too. Keeping that core strong, pelvic floor engaged. Stop that flow. Awesome job, you guys. 2 more. And last one. And just relax. Pull those knees in nice and tight. Just hold them in. Let's keep that top knee nice and tight, extending other leg long, and just pull the leg up and across, and then open, tummy and chest towards the sky. Breathe. You can place that opposite hand to the knee if you like. And slowly rolling onto your back. And we switch sides, pulling that other leg up as high as you can. And then opening up the tummy and chest to the sky. That opposite hand to the outside of the knee. And just breathe. And slowly releasing. Drawing the knees in towards the chest and rock it up. We turn and face front, sitting up nice and tall, resting the hands comfortably. Close your eyes. Turn your palms to face the sky, gently touching the index finger and thumb. As we sit up nice and tall, can you re-engage those muscles? So practicing that sensation, that ability to engage in different positions will help you get stronger. Keeping that pelvic floor responsive. Now go ahead and relax through the pelvic floor, but keep that length in the spine. Stay strong through the belly. Quiet your mind. The gift of awareness, being present, focusing. And today we focused on that pelvic floor big time. So being able to bring our awareness and our focus to a specific task at hand and let go of everything else, that will help us in life in so many ways. Letting go of the distractions around us and within us, and allowing ourselves to stay focused, present on the task at hand, the gift of today. We show ourselves some grace and recognize that it is about progress and not perfection. Each time we step back onto our mat, even if it doesn't feel like it, you are progressing. You are getting stronger. We are getting healthier. We are doing good things for our bodies, our minds, and the energies that flow within us. Let's gently open those eyes. Take a big breath in, reach to the sky. And exhale, pull the hands to heart center. I hope that was great for you. I hope you learned some things. I hope you're feeling a little bit of fatigue in some areas that you don't typically feel in, but I hope you guys just have an amazing rest of your day. Always, my wish for you is light, love, and health every day of your life. Take care of yourself. Until the next time, namaste.